My name is Stuart Musinski. 13 years ago, my wife Susan and I started a charity called Project Love. To date, we've trained 40,000 teens to build a culture of kindness and respect wherever they go. While we trained these American teens, we noticed something very special, that their values were similar, that despite their differences, they really were the same. If this is true with American teens, it must also be true with all Americans. Maybe we're divided only in our perceptions. We wanted to find out if this was true, and so Susan and I and our son Stephen packed up our car to travel across the country to search for the values in America that unite us. Not the red, not the blue, but a blend of both. And that's how Purple America was born. We started out in New York, where in 1953 my parents Ida and Stanley, that's my mother Ida on the screen, both immigrants from Poland, came along with my brother Ed by boat to the United States. My father told me that as they passed the Statue of Liberty, he told Ed what this country stands for. He said that America stands for freedom and opportunity and safety, that they would never ever have to go to another country again. From New York, we stopped back at our hometown of Cleveland before proceeding to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League World Series. My family and I had been there before, and we had admired the community spirit and volunteerism that Williamsport put into welcoming Little Leaguers from around the world to play America's sport, baseball. On this trip, I wanted to see how small-town values compared with those we discovered in New York and Cleveland. We started interviewing locals at the coffee house. Even the bathroom was friendly. What do Americans stand for?
Coffees, talking, hanging out. When we're down, we're willing to help anybody. That's an American. That's our values, is to help one another.
I think success is probably a common denominator in all of that. Whether people want to be a businessman or just be a good musician or be a good, even working here if someone wants to be a good server.
The main thing would be the freedom to be whoever you want to be. I'm big person on saying that you should be able to act, look, think, feel, and do whatever you want, and I guess this is one of the few countries you can do most of that in.
Down the street, we encountered families at the local microbrewery restaurant.
Family is one of the biggest values for us right now. That's the most important thing to us, is being around family. Williamsport, being my hometown, was a good place to, grow up, and I thought that it'd be a good place to raise our son and to raise him around his grandparents.
And what would be that way of living? Like if you had to...
Respect for other people, respect for each other, thinking of others other than your individuals all the time. I think the last generation was an I generation, and I think that we're suffering for that. And I think we should start going back to consideration for others, respect, and all that.
As far as my family was concerned, I accosted an innocent resident taking her daily prayer walk with her kids.
The country was built upon "In God We Trust," and God created us all, so I would say it started out with God. And our values come from the standards in the Bible, and our values from our parents, and so on and so on. Sometimes things happen and we feel like we need to pray. And we walk throughout our community and we pray for, no matter who you are, we're all in our coming county, we're all God's people, and we pray for the well-being of our community.
Having coached Stephen's baseball and soccer teams when he was younger, I knew the influence sports can have on values. I wanted to see how the all-volunteer Little League World Series and the people who come to see the game speak to America.
Well, it's all about family here. It's family-oriented, and the city itself and everything around here is kind of family-oriented. Everybody that comes here said that people are really nice and they all really enjoy themselves. So this is all about the family here. The kids and the parents coming, and everybody's here to have a really good time.
It actually shows that America's still there. You listen to the press, you listen to the news, and everybody wants to downgrade people. They want to downgrade the culture and say the culture's turning to bad. But if you look around here, you see just hundreds and hundreds of people volunteering. Kids, students, police, people taking time off their work. It's just a great atmosphere.
While Stephen was riveted on Japan and China in extra innings, I interviewed fans.
Well, the family values are important to me. I have 5 children. They're all married. They've been married for over 10 years. I raised my kids up with taking responsibilities, financial responsibilities, and moral responsibilities.
We the people. Freedom, individual liberties and rights, a free market economic system, beauty, and baseball.
I think family values and the fact that I've heard my parents say it many times that you want for your kids better than the life that you had, and I think, you know, children come first.
At the other Little League stadium, where Georgia was heavy into Texas, Williamsport residents were happy to share their take on American values. So what do Americans stand for? What are the values that connect us?
I think family and having the right to choose the freedoms that our country has afforded us, you know, throughout the years, and I think it's just family values and hard work. And if you work hard, then you can really succeed in this country. There's some injustices, sure, but I think, you know, for the most part, there's a lot of good in this country, and I think every day people are striving to make our country better, and there's a lot of hope.
We're not so much different as we are alike, and that is that I need a job to take care of my family and kids just like you do. And in order for me to do that, I have to prepare myself, make myself the most educated, best person I can possibly be, whether that's when I'm in somebody's view or out of it at all times, to be an example for my kids so they can be an example for theirs. I think everybody strives to do that wants to do the best thing God put us on this earth to do.
On a hill overlooking the stadium, residents picnicked with their kids, visited renewed friendships. Kids enjoyed the mudslides, and people kept talking to me about their community and their values. So do you think that it's possible as Americans to bridge our differences?
I think you can, but I think it all starts with families and morals and teaching our kids how to react, to be polite, and again, ethics and morals. I think it all starts back down to the, you know, what we do with our children and how we bring our children up, what we teach our children, I think are very important.
Believing that people have the right to do what they want within the limits of the law.
So what's the real American personality, the Little League personality or the rut personality?
Oh, I think it's the Little League personality. We're optimistic people, so you know, it's something. When the winters get you down a little bit and the snow's starting to fall, you think of that springtime when practice starts to roll around, and you know, when it gets here and you're excited, and then you know, towards the end of the season, you know, when it's done, you know, you look forward to coming here to Williamsport, and then you settle back and wait for next spring.
We come together when we're in trouble, whenever we need support on each other and stuff, we come together, and I think that what brings us together as a whole.
So it's kind of like family. Is
Yes.
America one big family?
Yes.
I feel that everybody's coming together as a community and starting. I really think this Little League is a very good thing because everybody from all over can get together and we can all make things work.
Our visit to Williamsport was short, and although I tried and tried, I couldn't find a hairdresser in the crowd. The local police officer said that he hadn't known one since the day he lost his hair. Back at the local hotel, we visited with the winners and losers alike. It didn't seem to matter then, as they were more interested in collecting and trading the pins that represented Little League. You know, you bring your son here for all these years. What do you expect him to learn from the series?
I think he learns that, you know, the game is here to watch and enjoy. He learns a lot of values and stuff with the people here, with the pin trading and things like that go on. He knows to respect the people that are here. He politely, you know, with manners, asks them to trade a pin. He thanks them when he's done. He shakes their hand, things like that. And that's just what he takes when he comes here, what he gets out of it.
And it's good to see these young kids getting involved too. I mean, my husband has coached many years, and now some of the boys that played for him are now coaching, and he sees them around the ball field.
And as we were ready to go back to Cleveland, the Williamsport fans summed up the values of the game and how it represents America.
Look around, everybody's different races, different nationalities, sitting there enjoying baseball. You know, that's the only thing on their mind, baseball.
And also,
the raising of these children, we all need to do it together as a community. Not just one person as a parent. All of us need to get together and raise these children.
That's our Purple America report from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The people were definitely friendlier here, but they spoke about family, faith, teamwork, freedom, responsibility, volunteering, supporting one another, respect, and hard work. Though many residents said they left their doors unlocked, they mirrored the Purple American values that we saw in New York and Cleveland. But you decide, are we similar or different? Or do we share an outlook on baseball and life? I'm Stuart Musinski, on the road at the Little League World Series in Purple America.